The consequentialist component of utilitarianism is probably the most basic or the most fundamental aspect of the theory. The consequentialist component essentially says that the morality of an action depends on the consequences of that action. The rightness or wrongness of an action are determined by the outcome or the effects of the action. So the utilitarian basically is arguing that we ought to think about the consequences of our actions before we act, and that we need to recognize that our actions can have positive and or negative consequences. And when thinking about the right action to take, the utilitarian argues that we need to think about the alternative actions that are available to us and compare and contrast what the consequences of those actions would be. For just like we did in the trolley problem case, we considered the alternative actions and we compared what the positive and negative consequences of each action would be, pulling the switch versus not pulling the switch. Um, and the utilitarian is saying that we should always perform the action that maximizes consequences. We should always choose the action that is associated with the best overall consequences, the action that has the most positive consequences and the least negative consequences. We should maximize the positive consequences as much as possible, and we should minimize the negative consequences, again, as much as possible.